Fine girls like you are always vulnerable.
Sex for grades. University professors sexually harassing and blackmailing their students.
Situations have been going on for years, and every single year, every single department, every single student, there's always a story.
When I was at university, I was sexually harassed, and I'm not the only one. It's been a problem in West Africa for decades.
She's not paying for it.
Paying for it with
our body.
For more than a year, BBC Africa Eye has been investigating and secretly filming inside the region's most prestigious universities, the University of Lagos and the University of Ghana.
How many guys have today catered for?
How many guys today?
Nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to believe victim. It is crazy. I know a lot of people that have been abused and nobody is trying to do anything.
For the first time, we've captured sexual harassment by lecturers on camera.
Switch off this light. Lock the door. I kiss you for a minute.
My name is Kiki Mordi. Lecturers who harass students. Africa Eye has been watching.
It's well hidden.
All right.
It's invisible.
We're good to go then.
Yeah.
In the University of Lagos, 9 months of interviewing current and former students led us to a senior lecturer in the Faculty of Arts, a former sub-dean and the head pastor of the local Foursquare Gospel Church. His name is Dr. Boniface Igbeneghu. After a number of students alleged Dr. Boniface had abused them, we sent an undercover journalist to meet with him. She posed as a 17-year-old secondary school graduate under the legal age of consent in Lagos State, who wanted admission into the University of Lagos, commonly known as UNILAG. He invited her to his office for a number of tutorials. Whenever she was inside, our journalist had a panic button.
Alright.
Justin.
Yes, I can hear you.
If secretly activated, the rest of our team who were hiding nearby would be alerted and come to the rescue.
So sit down. How old are you? 17. I look very big like this.
Not long into their first ever meeting, Dr. Boniface began to comment on her appearance.
Don't you know you're a beautiful girl? Do you know that? Eh? You are not beautiful. We are very beautiful. We are very beautiful girl. You know I'm a pastor. Do you know I'm a pastor?
I know.
Good. Do you know, and I'm in my 50s, okay? What will shock you is that even at my age now, if I want a girl of your age, 17-year-old, all I need is to stronger and put some on that. And I'll get it.
Really?
Yes.
A few days later, Dr. Boniface invited her to a second meeting and asked her to pray with him. But this prayer did not feel normal. It was disturbing.
Lord Jesus Christ. Confess the Lord Jesus Christ. Accept that you are my Lord and God.
Accept that you are my Lord and my God.
Guide me and direct me aright.
Guide me and direct me aright.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Welcome to the kingdom of God.
Thank you, sir.
Don't worry about admission. You're welcome.
After promising to help her with admission, towards the end of the meeting, he quizzed her on her sex life.
What did you start doing now?
What do you mean by knowing men?
After you start having sex. Look, anything that we discuss, be assured that your mother will not hear.
Okay.
And anything that has come between you and nobody will hear.
Okay.
Last one.
While we were investigating in Nigeria, an Africa Eye team was also on the ground at the University of Ghana. Weeks of painstaking interviews with female students led us towards Dr. Paul Kwame Butako from the College of Education. We sent an undercover journalist posing as a final year student interested in doing a master's degree to meet with him. This was only the second time Dr. Butako had invited her to meet with him in private.
How many guys have told you you're beautiful?
How many guys today?
He repeatedly asked if he could become her side guy, which he explained is a second boyfriend.
Let me be your side guy.
Side guy.
No, men have side chicks.
University policy forbids lecturers having sexual relationships with students when they are in a position to influence their education or career. Flirtatious behavior is considered misconduct.
Maybe you'll be my side, I'll also be your side. Because, I'm married. My wife is not in the country, though. My wife is out of the country.
Dr. Butako offered her a national service work placement in his department, even though he told her the deadline for applications had passed.
No distractions. Your focus is to be on your career. Then they said we see how best you can also contribute to your career and making you to become a better person. So let me be your side guy. No, I'll not give you trouble. Seriously, I'll not give you trouble. I'll not give you trouble. I'll not be a distraction in your life. Let me be your side guy.
Dr. Butako told the BBC he vehemently denies any amorous behavior with our reporter or any student, saying he follows all university sexual harassment and misconduct rules. He says he had no intention of dating her or of circumventing university process to secure placement for her in return for sex. The University of Ghana says it considers the allegations of misconduct leveled against Dr. Butako to be extremely disturbing. It has a proactive policy on sexual harassment and is committed to rooting out the problem. Back in Lagos, we interviewed a number of former students who claimed they were abused by Dr. Boniface. We have hidden their faces to protect their identities.
He would tell you to come to his office. He would lock the door. Sometimes he would want to grope you. Sometimes he would want to dry hump you. He likes to pick on struggling students because he knows that they are very vulnerable and there is nothing they can do.
One of the women we spoke to told us she has attempted to kill herself 4 times since graduating, alleging she was repeatedly abused by Dr. Boniface.
I never ever gave my consent once. There was a time he was preparing for Bible study and he was groping me and he was writing down scriptures.
When our undercover journalist next met the professor in his office on campus, he described a secret place where lecturers invite female students.
There's an upper part of the staff club where lecturers, when they take girls, they take them up there to go and smooch them. Romance them.
They'll take them to do.
To smooch, touch their breasts, touch their head.
Jesus.
It's a club. So they call it cold room.
Inside staff club.
Inside our staff club.
He told us how relations between female students and lecturers at Unilag come with benefits in form of sex for grades.
But won't the lecturer now be favoring her?
Of course, now that is the benefit. There's something that doesn't have benefit.
But that one is more fair now.
Well, not fair, sir.
As in, you will not be passing her.
We pass her very well now.
That means it's not good now. Because the people that have read. Okay, what about the boys? What about boys that cannot date anybody? They don't have anybody that will be favoring them like that.
It's not free for the girl, man. She's not paying for it.
Paying for it with
her body. There's nothing good for her. She's paying for it with her body. So.
University policy strictly forbids such behavior and strongly discourages any relationships between professors and students. During our final meeting with Dr. Boniface in his office on campus, his behavior grew even worse. He gave her non-alcoholic wine.
Thank you, sir.
Serve.
Later, he reminded her to be obedient if she wanted admission to Unilag.
Yes. Okay.
I will to direct you proper
Okay, sir.
so that you achieve your aim. Or enough. That's my emotion.
His requests became more and more inappropriate.
Man, do you want me to kiss you? Eh?
Okay, I've heard you, sir.
Answer. Do you want me to kiss you?